There are different perspectives on strategy or different ways of understanding what the content and process of strategy are. One of the often cited idea of strategy is what is called the 5 P's of strategy proposed by Henry Mintzberg. The 5 P's of strategy are plan, ploy, pattern, position, and perspective. Let me repeat: plan, ploy, pattern, position, and perspective. Let us try to understand all these 5 P's of strategy one after the other. What do you mean by plan? Plan is something that you wish to do in the future. One way to understand strategy is in this way. Strategy is a plan. Oftentimes you will hear phrases like strategic planning, which basically means strategy is an intention for you to do something in the future. I want to grow to Africa because there is an emerging market there for my company's products. It's a plan. Strategy could also be seen as a ploy. A ploy is a immediate action that you take which will have a far-reaching consequence. It's a trick, kind of trickery, but let's think of a trickery in a positive way that can quickly disable or defeat or overpower your opponents. So even though we talk about strategies as those having long-term impacts, it doesn't mean that a strategic decision making should also involve such a long-term thinking. Sometimes you find an immediate opportunity, you make a quick move, like on a chess or go game. So strategy could also be understood as a ploy. The third way to understand strategy is in terms of a pattern. A pattern refers to behaviors. If plans are intentions, patterns are the results of the implementations of those intentions. So a third way to understand strategy is as patterns, which are recurring behaviors. If strategies are implemented with the expectation that these should be the long-term decisions, there should be patterns. If you see the history of Walmart or Amazon, you can find patterns in their behaviors as organizations. Sometimes companies take the risk of violating these patterns. In many cases, such violations lead to catastrophic consequences. I can think about Kmart. They broke the pattern and got into numerous fields. They could not compete with Walmart and they failed. So a fourth way of understanding strategy is position. Strategy refers to positioning, how you position your organization in the business environment, in comparison with your competitors, in comparison with your future competition. The fifth and final way of strategy is strategy as a perspective, held jointly by the collective spirit of the members of an organization. These perspectives come partially from the plan, partially from the pattern, partially from the ploy, and partially from the position. So in summary, according to Henry Mintzberg, strategy could be understood as 5 P's. These 5 P's are, let me summarize again: plan, ploy, pattern, position, and perspective.